feeling motherfucker going down the whole like one time. Zip to the Texas worldwide, bitch.
It's your boy Slim Thugger.
Power Wow, baby, Slab God. Hey, man, right now you watching Watch Loud.
On WatchLoud.com. I met him a couple times. Like I didn't, have no real relationship with him like that before he passed. It was just, I met him a couple times because I was just getting started. It was, in early '90s. I started rapping in like 9, 8. I was 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, just when I was getting my career kicked off, is when he passed. So, I met him a couple times and I did do something on one of his albums. So, we got to work together. So it was a beautiful thing, man.
Pretty much the same for me. I was the same age, Slim. So I met him a few times here, and he's somebody we always looked up to just because of what he was doing, and also at the time, man, and hip hop and music, coming from Houston. If you want to you listen to hip hop, there's, the radio or TV, basically. Radio was all about playing mostly West Coast music because it was West Coast formatted for whatever reason. TV was mostly East Coast videos. We never would hear anybody or see anybody from Texas or where we from on the radio or on TV. So the screw tapes was how we would, hear our local rappers, and those were always the best. Texas, we always brought up that, Texas is better than everybody else. We better in Texas. We just got that Texas sense of pride that we just taught, since childhood in school. They teach you Texas history. Just, just all that sense of Texas pride is just instilled into you. So, we want to see our rappers, or people from where we from, talking about what we talk about, talking about our lifestyle. Because a lot of what we were hearing, this before the internet days, you didn't have Instagram or you didn't have Google search to look up with somebody talking about what does this mean or this and that. We don't know. So when you hear rappers from the East Coast or the West Coast, they really basically were speaking a different language a lot of times in the language we speak. Definitely we were speaking a different language than everyone else because the slang and everything else, you know what I'm saying? So DJ Screw he gave an avenue for everybody in Texas basically to, to listen as fans, also to to feed our hunger for hip hop or hunger for that. So every time we always looked up to Screw as kids and stuff. So anytime we met him, it was always things like that. Like, man, we trying to get an autograph or something like that.
Just a lot of the Houston culture is based on what Screw did, how in that era of time. Like, I know it's hard for people out of town to understand, but the sip and serve thing, it was something that that they rapped about first, before anybody. Early '90s, you know what I'm saying? They was talking about this. They had the Chop the Screw tapes. They created that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, DJ Screw is like a king, you know what I'm saying, in Texas, like, higher than than anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody salute him like you're a god out there, man. So
not only that too, he like with the music too, he created something where not only he created a style of music, the slow down style and the chopped up style, but also he created what people come in there and freestyle on the tapes. And he gave every rapper that came in there with freestyle on tapes from that point on had a rap career. Basically, and then that whole style that just transcended, further on. Me and Slim, we like a product of that, you know what I'm saying? Because we was the generation that was raised on listening to that. So, we wanted to do the same type of thing. So, we did our thing with the Swisher House, and but it was all because of Screw. Screw gave that to the whole city of Houston, to the state of Texas, to all of us,
kind of like started his own genre of music, you know what I'm saying?
And he was all about showing love to people. He was all about giving people love. He wasn't never on no plex or no beef, nothing like that. He was all about giving artists a chance, and especially people who wanted a chance. That's what he was all about. He was bringing people together. That's where you see a lot of the unity to this day. you know, in Houston is because of what DJ Screw did. Also, what Jay Prince did. Jay Prince, same way. He all about bringing people together and bringing the city together. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you see his